welcome to Asbury's Echoes. My name is Rhonda, and this is my floss tube. My floss tube where I showcase my cross stitch. It's December 15th. This is floss tube number 40. I can't believe I've got 40 of them under my belt. It is a beautiful winter's day. The sun is shining today, and there's snow on the ground. We've had a lot of snow this year. It's been kind of nice. It's more like the winters I remember from when I was younger, when we used to get more snow. It puts you more in the Christmas spirit, I think, when we get snow this time of year. I don't know if we'll still have the snow come Christmas Day, but maybe we will. I think it's supposed to warm up a little bit. It's a lot warmer today than it has been, which is nice too, because boy, we've had some pretty frigid, cold days already. I love winter, but the cold is not my favorite. So it's been a couple weeks and I don't have as much to show as I did last time. I haven't stitched as much. I don't know why, because I feel like I've been stitching a lot, but I just haven't. I don't have a lot to show, but we're going to jump right in. One of the three things, I have three things that are finished. So this is, I showed this last time and I didn't have it finished yet. It was stitched, but it wasn't finished. So this is, I don't know if you can see it. This is my winter chicken. In case you don't know or you're new here, we live on a little small acreage, and you know, my dream would be to have a horse and some sheep, but my husband says no, so we have chickens, and I do love my chickens. And I was outside choring a while back, and it had snowed, and my boots were covered in snow, and I went in to feed them, and they all came running, and 3 or 4 of them like to peck the snow off my boots, which I thought, I think I need to stitch a chicken who loves the snow. So this is it. It is stitched on, I have to look here. This one's stitched on 36 count Ale Edinburgh linen. It's 1/2 all DMC. I have not dyed this one. I used Purple Paper Mountain trim, this white chenille trim, and this is a little bit of blue chenille trim from Purple Paper Mountain. And of course there's a little button, and that's the white snowflake button that my daughter makes. Isn't that sweet? I love that little button. I added that. And this one is in my Etsy shop. That's one. And then I did this one. I had thought I was done Christmas designing, but for some reason this one popped into my head, and I sat down and I thought, you know what, I better stitch it while I'm thinking about it. This one's called Christmas You. Like I said, I would love to have sheep. We had sheep growing up. Dad raised sheep, and I still to this day miss the sheep barn. I love the babies, and I just love sheep, but my husband doesn't like them, so I just have to content myself with stitching sheep instead. So this is Christmas You. It says Merry Christmas to You on the actual stitch. And again, this is 36 count Edinburgh linen, 1/2 all DMC, and I think it's the same. It's the same white trim from Purple Paper Mountain. This is just a piece of ribbon. I didn't go all out on this one. I probably should just take that off, but it's just a piece of ribbon that came in a package where it was wrapped around something, and I coffee dyed it. And those 2 buttons are, so this is the Prim Snowflake button. Can you see that? It's the same button as this one. This one's white, and this one here's been antiqued or primmed up. And then I also added this the little lamb button. And we have that little lamb button offered as a button, and it's also offered as a needle minder. I think they'll be really cute in the spring and Easter, that little lamb button. So there's that one. And then my other fully finished is my Ornament, and I usually have these done way before now, but you know, life kind of got in the way this year, so I have one finished. The pattern is listed. I was going to do a video on how I finish these, and I haven't gotten that done. I might still do that. I will do it at some point. There's a lot of little pieces of thread. Okay, so this is Andrew's. I don't know, there's an actual star up there too. So that's what that looks like. And then I added the cross button. I don't know if you can see the cross button. You can see it. And we have those in the shop too. These have been primmed, but we also have brown ones, plain brown ones. And I don't know, would you like white ones? We could do white ones. We could do different colored ones too, I guess. I've never really thought about different colors, but we do have, right now we have the prim, the antiqued, and the white, or the brown, I'm sorry, brown. This has been done on my Nate Berkus fabric, and I dyed this after I stitched it, and I used some Purple Paper Mountain rickrack trim. And this I got from Amazon. They came just raw wood. They're like craft bulbs. They're wooden, and I painted it black. And I do have, I sat down this week and finished, I tell you, I'm not organized today. I finished Braxton and Baya's, my granddaughter and my grandson. So there's Braxton's. So if you do order the pattern, it will come in color, black and white, and it also comes with the chart for the lettering. And there's Baya's, so you can change, you can personalize it. And here's the difference between, so this is the dyed one. This one is not dyed. I don't know if you can tell, if you can see it. I'm not sure if I'm going to dye Braxton's and Baya's or not. They don't necessarily like the prim look, so I probably won't. And I don't know, haven't decided yet. If I paint the bulbs different colors, I could do one blue, I could do one gold. I don't know, we'll see what I do. It'll just depend on how I feel that day. If I want to dig out more paint colors, what I have for rickrack that would coordinate. I'm not sure if I have enough red left to do another red one or not. I don't know, we'll see. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants a lot. So those are my finished, fully finished, although those two are not fully finished, but they are stitched. So now I think, last time I did not show any of my older stitches, but I've got some to show today. So I thought I'd show you the Christmas stockings that I've made for my family. I also made a set of 4 for my daughter's family, her and her husband and the 2 grandkids. And I don't have pictures of them. I know I do, but they are all shepherd's bush stockings, and I just love how those turn out. Those are so fun to stitch. But these, our stockings are interesting. They're funny because you can see that it was Joe and I and the 2 kids when I stitched these, the older 2 kids, Abby and Aaron. And by the time I stitched these, we didn't think we were going to have more kids. So these all match. So these were I think they were the Better Homes and Gardens. I just love them. This one is Joe's, and this one I stitched in '94. And they're just, I know you've all seen them before. You've seen others show them, but they're just gorgeous. These patterns, these stitches, there's so much to look at and to see. So I did these 4 first. That was Joe's. And then this is mine. Looks like I did mine in '95. This is mine, the sewing room. I love the old sewing machine. Isn't that neat? And of course the stitching there. I just love this one too. I love all four of them. I just think they're gorgeous. And I know that there was, don't remember how many in the series. I know there was one that was musically themed and it was beautiful, but it didn't fit us. I don't know if there were more than that or not. I don't remember. Then we have Abby. And this one was stitched in 93. I bet I stitched hers first. And I can't tell if Erin's, I think Erin's, it's cut off, so I'm not sure when I stitched his, but this is Abby's, and this is the little girl's room. Isn't that just sweet? And I had my mom make these into stockings, so that makes them extra special. So that one's Abby's, and this here is 1/1. I don't know if you can see that. I haven't done a lot of 1/1, and as I've gotten older, it frustrates me, so I don't tend to do it at all. I was a lot younger when I did this. So there's that one. And then there's Erin's, and like I said, I'm not sure. I can't quite read the date. I don't know. I'm sure it was in, see, if Abby's was in 93, I'm gonna say his was probably 93 too, because then I did one in 94, right? And one in 95, yeah. Did mine last. So this is Erin's. And my favorite part on this one is the popcorn and the cranberry. That there. I think that is so fun. But these were fun to do. They took some time. There's a lot of stitching in there, a lot of back stitching. I just love those. And we thought we were done having babies. Not necessarily that we wanted to be done, but I think we had come to the decision that God felt that our family was complete. And so we were happy with that. But then along came Eric. And so Eric has a different stocking. This is a shepherd's bush. And I did not date this one. I don't know. He was born in 99. So it would have been after that. One of my favorite things about the shepherd's bush is I love all these little charms. The little charms and the little beads. And I love those deer, those blue deer. And they have, this one's got a star. This has got a sun and a moon and a heart. But there's that one. So there's Eric's. And then, lo and behold, just a few years later, Andrew decided to come along. And obviously my taste in stitching had changed quite a bit. This one is a lot different. Drew's back there. He says, we saved the best for last. So he came in, when were you born? 2011. He was born in 2011. Abby was born in 88. And Drew was born in 2011. So there was a little bit of a change in there. And I don't know. I do not remember the designer of this one. But I love it. If I dig around, I probably could find the pattern. I don't know. And my favorite part on this one is the horse and sleigh. And of course, Drew likes this one the best. He thinks it's the best because it's the biggest. This one's a big stocking. It really is a big stocking. And I don't remember if I think Mom did Eric's. I know she did the other four. But I wanted to say that maybe Bonnie in town, Bonnie Barnhart might have done this one. I'm pretty sure she sewed together Abby's families. But those are my stockings, and I might not get a lot of decorating stuff out year by year. Some years I do, some years I just don't. These always come out. They are some of my favorites. And I had one other one that I wanted to show because I haven't pulled this thing out in years. And for some reason, I came across it and thought, I need to get that out. This one was done in '97. And this is a shepherd's bush, and it's a part of a series called, I think The Gatherers is what it was called. And Joe is calling me. Okay, I am back, and I'm not sure where we were, but my husband decided to call right in the middle of the FlossTube, and I really needed to take it. He had to travel today, so he wanted to check in and let me know where he was at and tell me he was almost home. So this I stitched, it says in '97, and it is a shepherd's bush, and I'm not sure where I was at. Anyway, I still do. I love the shepherd's bush designs. And back in, obviously in '97, I'm not sure when I started, but I stitched a series of 4. This was one of them, and I think it's called The Gatherers. And I have one hanging up in the living room. I'll have to show that sometime. I have another one framed. I ran across it when I ran across this one. And then I have another one that the 4 of them, I have them all stitched, but one is not framed. And I'm thinking I need to get it framed, and I need to display them because they're just beautiful. I don't know if you can see. The reason why I love the shepherd's bush is because of the sheep. I love the sheep. And I also like the charms, like I said, the charms and the buttons, and just, I don't know, they're pretty. I know they're not prim. They're a different style, really, but I just think they're gorgeous. There's a lot of stitching that goes into those. So there's that one, and I'm not sure what it's called. I'll have to look it up. I should have looked it up. So I could have given the name. It was, oh gosh, this one was framed in Knoxville. I don't remember going anywhere in Knoxville to have something framed, but obviously I did. I usually would get them framed in Pella, Iowa. Pella had a beautiful cross stitch store that I used to love to go to. Or I would get them framed up in Coon Rapids, which is where my husband is from. And that one hasn't been there. Neither one of those stores have been there for years and years. The lady up in Coon Rapids, she did a beautiful job. I miss her not being there. So there is that. What else do I have? I've kind of got things marked off here. Where's my start? Oh, this one. Okay, I do have one finish, but it's not a fully finished one. And it goes along with the Christmas U, because I did the Christmas U and I thought, as I was stitching that one in the reds, you know, the reds and the whites, it reminded me of Thanksgiving. It reminded me of Valentine's Day. So I did this guy, and this one will be called I think I'll just call it Valentine U, since I called this one Christmas U. This one will be Valentine U, if I remember. But it actually says, love you lots. I guess maybe I'm missing my sheep. That's why I've been in the sheep stitching mood. I don't know. I took some pictures a while back. My mom and dad's neighbor had some sheep in their pasture, and we drive by them all the time. And I took some pictures, and I want to try and design a couple of sheep that looks more realistic like those sheep, but I haven't sat down to do that yet. So there's that, and this is my start, what I'm working on now, and it's kind of trying to get the needle minder. It's going to be a sampler. It's just kind of a beginning. I started it just this morning. There it is so far. I don't know if you can see it. And this is stitched on. This is some more of the Edinburgh linen. I really like it. But this is not ale. This is called, it's 36 count Wren, W-R-E-N, Wren linen. So hopefully I'll have more to show next time on this one. I'm not even real sure myself what it's gonna look like. So, but there's a start. That's what I'm working on. And that's all I really have for stitches. I do have a little bit of haul. I don't normally show a lot of haul. Don't always buy things. I have so much linen in the house, and I have so much, so many patterns that I haven't bought many patterns recently, if at all, because I have so many and I don't have time to stitch them. And haven't been to the antique store for a long time. Ken probably wonders if I fell off the face of the earth, because I literally haven't been there for months, which was unusual because Drew and I used to stop in once a week, every other week, sometimes 2 times a week. Just haven't had time. So I don't have anything like that. And I don't normally buy project bags because I have project bags. I love project bags. Don't tend to use them like I thought I would. But I saw these 2 on Etsy, and they are made with the Civil War reproduction fabrics that I love. And these are from Danielle's Craft Diary. And I do like them. This one's got the clear. I tend to like these better that don't have the clear plastic or the vinyl. I think it's vinyl. For some reason, I just don't like the way it feels. I'm not a huge fan of the vinyl, although I do like it because if you do use your project bag like you're supposed to, you can actually see what's in it. So this one I do like. It's a little bigger, maybe. Not much. It's not much bigger, I guess. But this one opens up here. So it's a little bit different size and different, but I do like them, and I love the fabrics. So I did buy those, and I wanted to show this guy. Where did I put him? Here he is, right here. Look at this guy. Isn't he's huge. I didn't realize how big he was going to be when I ordered him. And he is off of Etsy, got him off of Etsy, and he is from Hoosier Primitives. And I'm absolutely, positively in love with him. Isn't he adorable? He is just so sweet. And he stands up. He's on a wooden base. And I love his hat and his nose. I just love everything about him. His crow, I can pull him out when winter starts, and then I'll keep him out clear through, all through winter, because he is just beautiful. My friend Cynthia, she shares, I love seeing her house. She's got beautiful stuff. I've never met her. I've never been to her house, but we've met through the cross stitch world, and she shares with me her decorating, and it's just gorgeous. And she always has all these beautiful Santa dolls, and I know, like at Halloween she has, or in the fall she has the pumpkin dolls, and I always comment on all of her dolls because I just love them. And I just decided that maybe I should get some. So I've got this one, and I got a couple of Santas this year. I didn't bring those out, but I've got another snowman, and I want to get an Easter one. I'm hoping that this Hoosier Primitives will have an Easter bunny. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't followed them long enough to know what they do or don't have, but maybe if they'll have an Easter bunny that stands up. I just think they're beautiful. And I did get my book of days. I'm sure a lot of us have our book of days. I love the cover on this one. And I started one. I used one a few years ago. I started one, and I never kept up with it. Last year, I told myself I was going to get one and I was going to use it. And I actually did. When I saw how everybody was putting stickers on theirs, I jumped on that. So here's my December one. See, I like to put stickers on them. And I've actually filled in, after I say that, I don't have yesterday's written down. Every single day of every one of these I've filled in. Even all the time when I was the hospital and running with mom and dad and all of that stuff, I stitched every day, even if it was just a tiny little bit, because stitching is my therapy. And so I recommend it to everybody. So I would write down, even if it was just something tiny, I still wrote it down. So like October, it started October 12th. October 12th, I stitched every day, as you can see. And that's all I write in this one. I don't tend to write anything except for stitching. So there's nothing in here. If I have a sit and stitch, I do write that down because that's part of my stitching. Oh, I had that sticker there. After days and days and days, weeks really, of going to the hospital and going to the rehab center, and every time you walked in the door you had to stop and you had to get a name tag, and I got so tired of those name tags. We were finding name tags everywhere, but I thought this would be a good place to stick one because that's a good reminder of what we did, what we were doing in October of 2025. So what I did with my book of days, I 3-hole punched it and I put it in this binder. And I keep my book of days in here. This is like my Bible. So I have my book of days, and then I write down everything I do. Every time I do a floss tube, I now write that down, put it in here. And I am very, 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 very behind. I did very well at keeping this up until October. But this is where I keep track of all of my patterns too. So I have a page for every pattern that I finish, every stitch that I finish, and any of the information that I want to be able to just look at right away. So the name of it, when I listed it in my Etsy shop, what it's stitched on, if I used a board, where that board came from, my trim, where it came from. So this book, when you look back at it, when you do that, you kind of amaze yourself at what all you've done, because this is pretty thick. And like I said, this is not up to date. This is up to date through, let's see, my crow on Santa's hat, I think, is the last one I've put in here. So I've got a few to still put in, but I hope to, my plan is to do one of these every year now. I wish I had started this when I actually started designing, and I know I could go back and print everything off, and maybe I will someday. We'll see. It just takes time. I just gotta get this one caught up first before I even think about doing that. But that's what I will do with this one. I will 3-hole punch it, and I will put it in a new binder, and I'll start a new one for 2026. I did just order another one, another planner. I can't remember what it was called, and I don't remember where I ordered it from. I'm really bad about that. I'd have to look it up. I think it's a little more involved than this one. I'm going to see if I like it better, or if I like this one because of the simplicity of it. We'll see. I also have the Stacy Nash one, and I really need to sit down and look at it and decide if I like it better than this one. And sometimes I think maybe I should just make one of my own that's more tailored to my needs. I don't know, but I do love these. I do love these. So there's that, and I think that is everything on my list. And this is FlossTube number 40, and I said last time that maybe I would do like a drawing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Since I've reached 40, it's just no special number, but I feel like doing a drawing. So if I can remember how to do it, I might have to ask Doreen, Privy and Prims, because she helped me when I did it the last time, so I could do like a random automated drawing. So it's just, to me, it seems to be the most fair. I think so. I'm going to offer a free pattern PDF to the person's name that I draw, and I can't remember what all. You have to be 18. Preferably you follow me, but if you don't want to follow me, that's fine too. If you want to put your name in, I'm not gonna say that you have to be a follower. But I think we'll use the word, if you comment below and use the word, what should we say, snow, because there's snow outside right now. Use the word snow in your comment, and I will put you in for the drawing for a free pattern, and I will draw or announce the winner next week, or next time. Next week's Christmas, and I don't plan on being on here next week. I don't plan on doing a whole lot with my cross stitch. I'm going to take some time off between now and I can see Drew's foot moving up and down. Between now and Christmas, I plan on kind of taking a little bit of a break. I will stitch every day. All my orders will go out, and that's something else I wanted to talk about, just short and quick. When you place an order in my Etsy shop, I offer everything in PDF and in paper. And I don't know, a lot of times I will get orders from people and they'll order like 3 PDF patterns and then a paper pattern. And I always panic because I always think, did they think they were ordering all PDFs? Or it'll be the other way around. It'll be like 2 or 3 paper patterns and then a PDF pattern. And it's like, did you want them all paper? Or maybe you're doing it that way and that's because you want to too. And that's great and fine. If you want them all to be one or the other, just please be aware that they're in there, that all the patterns are in there both. So also, if it's a PDF pattern, you'll find it as paper too. And it will say in the description, and then it should also say down, or in the title, it will say PDF downloadable, or it will say paper mailed, and it will also say down in the description. If I have it in there right, that's the way it will say, that's the way it will be worded. Then down below it will also say that this is a PDF pattern. If you would like a paper pattern, it's also listed in the Etsy shop type thing. So just beware, and maybe that's what you all are wanting and I'm just panicking for no reason, but I just feel bad if I think, oh, they didn't want to pay shipping. They all wanted PDF, but they hit the wrong one and ended up paying shipping anyway. And so I apologize if that's happened to you. So just beware. So what was I talking about? The drawing. So back to the drawing. It'll be a free PDF. And I'm also thinking, I haven't looked to see how many followers I have, but I think I'm going to look at that and see how many, and then maybe if I can reach a certain amount of followers, I'll do a bigger drawing, maybe like offer a needle minder or buttons or even paper pat. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'd like to see if I can get this to grow a little bit, if I can get this going. So don't forget to put snow down in the comments if you would like to be put into the drawing. Then I can never remember. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you liked what you see. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but it helps on my end. So if you would like to do that, please do. And thank you for all that do come back and watch me religiously, because I know I've been pretty darn hit and miss, but we're going to work on that. And I think now it would be a good time to say goodbye, because Joe should be showing up at any time, and when he comes in, there will be noise. So now's a good time. So thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. I don't plan on being back here before that. Happy holidays. Whatever it is you celebrate or don't celebrate, I hope everybody has a wonderful winter season here, and I will see you after Christmas.